and welcome back. It's your girl Yemi.com. Thank you for joining me. Now, I have planned out a couple videos for the month of February. I wanted them to all be Black centric and really like in the vein of like Black History Month, but then accidentally I fell in love. Basically, I was so bored and didn't have anything to watch that I started watching Two Queens Who Like to Watch over again, and then realized I missed an episode where they talked about Bling Empire. Now, originally, that was enough for me. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Crazy Mixed Agents meets real life, the real world, cool. Katya and Trixie are hilarious. But then I ended up watching it, and bish, we need to talk. We need to talk because I'm stressed out and I feel like I shouldn't be stressed out alone. So even if you haven't seen this series, I recommend you watch the series always. Just watch the series first and then come back here. But like, even if you haven't seen the series, I just need someone to talk to, because even though they're rich enough to pay for my therapy, they're not going to pay for my therapy. So you guys have to step in as my therapy. Now, there are so many thoughts. My mind is so disorganized after watching the plethora that is this show. Like, of course I had to have as much bling as possible. Actually, to a gaunty and ridiculous amount. I would never put this much makeup bling on my body, but this just felt correct because they are also gaudy. They're gaudy to the gods. Gaudy to the gods, okay? It's just so much bling, like diamonds, just, oh, opulence, just, oh, mansions. It's wild how much that is just within it. And that is all without me actually talking about the characters, okay? So we start off with meeting Kane and Kevin. Kevin is poor but hot, which just goes to show the age-old question that Trixie asks, would you
care
rather
more
be
about
rich
being
or
rich or
famous? They are affluent Asians in the LA scene. And then you go through and you meet all these different people. You meet Christine, who is the queen mama of the Asia scene in LA. You meet Anna Shay, who was the queen, but then she stepped back to raise her son. But now, bish, she's back with a vengeance and ready to rumble. You meet so many other people. Kelly, you meet Kelly. Jesus Christ. I have a whole section to talk about Kelly because I need to talk to her woman to woman. Like, I will never tell someone who they should or shouldn't date. It's one of the reasons why I'm such a good friend. But since you're getting played by a Power Ranger, like, how? But anyways, and we also have some other characters like Kim Lee, who's a DJ, and Jaime and Guy, and you just have like a bunch of different characters. This is a bunch of different characters, all with unlimited bank accounts, except for Kevin, and he will remind you at every turn that he is the poor one in the group, because he often says things like this.
You make $19,000 a month to pay this rent.
No, but I have like a trust and everything.
A trust? Oh, wonderful. I need that.
Okay, with that being said, we start off, we could do it two ways. We could go sequentially, or we can just talk about each character and how I feel. So one of the things that they talk about often is Team Christine or Team Anna. Now, I am Team Anna all the way. 100%, 100 grand, because Anna seems to be the only one on the show who realizes that she's still a real person. Like, even Kevin to a degree is like, I'm so hot, how do I function? Oh, like, even to a degree he is, but Anna seems to be the only one who remembers that, you know, money is just a accessory to her, which I really appreciate, rather than just her main talking point and her main goal in life. Money's just an accessory, and that's that old money. But don't be fooled, because she still does some pretty rich person crap, like putting on jobs for a day and all this other electric scootering around LA, telling the police people no, which is just wild to me. But with that being said, while I love Anna and she is the one I choose between the two, I don't hate Christine. I don't think people are as considerate and understand how misunderstood she could be. Listen.
Let me say something controversial yet brave, which we've really come to do on this channel.
I will not, the same way with Kim and the whole dildo penis pump situation, I don't forgive her irrational behavior. I do not forgive Christine's irrational behavior and her behavior that makes her feel like she has to be catty to top Anna in any sort of way. She doesn't need to do that. Like, in the words of Kane,
well, Asian, we don't fight.
so why was the necklace a situation that even needed to start and catapult anything? I feel like there's so much more footage to let us know as to why, but if you take away her pettiness with Anna, she's a dynamic and hilarious character that has been treated like garbage by her in-laws. Like, I feel like she has so much beef with Anna and does so many catty and, like, generally childish things. Like, Trixie and Katya say this one line, and I'm just gonna put it here.
I love that Christine's like, fine, if we're gonna do this subtle, let's play chess. Anyway, did everybody know that Anna likes to get it in the...
Yeah, great chess game. She's playing skee ball.
What a idiot.
It's like, yeah, it's like you didn't even try to play a chess game, sis. You weren't even being subtle. And it's you know, she's so many, but if you take Anna out of it, all her beef with Anna out of it, she's genuinely an interesting person, a loving mother. She does have a tendency to, like, be off-putting because she gives back a lot, but even when she's giving back, it all tends to sound braggadocious. Like, no matter how much you donate, when you have a Gucci claw at your son's birthday, it's like, it kind of not cancels out because you're doing good, but it also makes it feel like you're just doing good so that you can say that you're doing good. Obviously, anyone who can rent out Rodeo, checkbook, we praise your checkbook, but she's also an interesting character. The dynamics of her not wanting to have a baby. There's some things that she does that are questionable, but it just makes her seem more real to me and less of like this rich girl, mean girl character, which I really appreciate. But because of her battling with Anna and the petty, childish things she does with that battle, it puts a bad taste in your mouth already, with her name dropping and stuff. Like, she's not necessarily name dropping, like she talked about it I think in the after show. Like,
my kind of circle is very fashion engaged, so fashion talk, names of houses, that's in our everyday vernacular.
That's just how she speaks. But like, it's just also like, you knew you were coming on a show, like, you didn't want to be like more relatable. It's just like being aware of where you are and what you're doing. So I think that people give her too much of a hard time. She went through hell. Like, the fact of the matter is, they made this girl sit at the kiddie table. She had to sit at the kiddie table because she didn't have no babies. They made her wash the dishes. You know how much money that family had, and they made her wash the dishes? The servants. What would it feel like to be a servant in that house and watch the wife of one of the main children, the eldest sons in that family, have to do your job? You know how degrading that is? Like, that's grating for me to, like, a pathological degree, all because you couldn't conceive because he couldn't conceive.
Say this, but the truth is, it wasn't my health issue. It was Gabe's.
It was the husband!
That is crazy. And look at him looking at her like, why don't you want to have a baby?
That piece of
She should say, your is broke.
Also, these in-laws.
Girl.
Mary these in-laws.
Because living with rough in-laws, like, that is a miserable... There are movies about that. J-Lo, monster-in-law, hello. With that being said, so while I do believe, though, that Christine is woefully misunderstood as a character and as a person and a human being, and I feel like she has a genuine goodness in her heart, she is petty and childish, and I will not forgive the rest just because of the former, you know? Also, her wigs were entirely too terrible for her to be that rich. Like, where did she buy them? Amazon? Like, I can't see you as an amazing person that you are until you do some real life reflecting, sis. And I really want to like you. I like love Anna and Christine. There's characters that I love more, obviously, but I just do better. Kevin. Listen, Kevin, I understand you know, it's hard. I love watching, and I think that this is something I wish we had a little bit more of. Kevin, like, being raised by a white family in a predominantly white area and finding his Asian roots. That was his first New Year's Eve Chinese New Year's party.
This is my first Chinese New Year party.
Like all these first experiences for him finding out that he's 76% Asian, Korean, like, and exploring that. I would have loved to see more of that, rather than like, and like more with his mom and like all that, like, because when that stuff happened, it was beautiful. And like the birthday party, I was in tears, like it was beautiful and perfect. But we got so much more of Kevin being like, wow, I'm really just this fish out of water.
CS for
Finale.
Oh, that's not bad.
You wore that last week.
Oh, you're getting a little fashion education.
Yeah, well, he's like finale. I got it, girl. D.
Don't say goodbye.
D.
E.
Hermes. What? What? E-R-M-E-S. Okay, what is the E silent?
Like, whoa. Then we did the other stuff, and I really wish we got to the other stuff, and I also think we would have gotten to the other stuff had other stuff not been such an issue. We're gonna move on. Kevin and Kane kind of go hand in hand. Kane is like the ultimate center person, where he's the nice one and friends with everyone. I feel like he is like that, and I feel like my second favorite character in this entire series is also like that.
Hey mama.
Sherry. Sherry is my second favorite character in all of this mess. She is also a medium person, just like Kane, but while Kane is like a medium person who lives for the drama and will be like a front side of ring person to it, Sherry is a middle person who's literally just about her business. She wants to be a wife.
She's a great person, a great friend, and like deserves all the happiness in the world.
She's a mother of two. Like, she took care of her mother up until like her unfortunate passing. She's going through all of this stuff, and she do not have time for the bullshit, and I appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate it. And while that just like doesn't make for like spicy, juicy content, ooh, people throwing drinks in people's face, ooh, penis pumps, while that doesn't make for like spicy content, she is literally a medium and a great person. She just seems like a genuinely happy person, and I just wish her all of the best. So that's Kevin, Kane, Anna, as all those people. We're gonna move on to penis pump situation. It was baffling to me, and I was like, it's not a rich person thing. It's a respect thing. That they even thought it even occurred to their minds to go upstairs at someone else's house that you barely know. Like, that's why. And then to throw, first of all, Guy, and they talked about it in the after show. They were like, oh, when Kim and Guy get together, it's just, wow, they bring out the crazy each other. I'm sorry, but there is no amount of crazy. I have friends that bring out the crazy in me. Disha brings out the craziest part of me. But there is nothing she could say to me I would make me disrespect one of my friends who invited me into their home and throw something they knew would be embarrassing, show it to the cameras when you know you're going to be on Netflix, and just throw it out the window for everyone else at the party to see. It's disrespectful, it's disgusting, and it's a boring behavior. I'm glad that they've both since grown from it, and I'm glad that the show also gave us a chance to wrap that up early and see them both as like, well, they should have shown Guy a little bit more, but like see them both as like evolving creatures and that they're more than this situation. I'm really, really glad that that was being able to have, but it was just I was like, that's so disrespectful. When I saw it on Two Queens Who Like to Watch, the fact that Trixie's face looked like that, and like, you know, Trixie's lived a life, and so is Katya, and they were both shocked.
If they bring it downstairs at the party.
Throw it outside.
Why is it
Throw it
wet?
outside. That shit's disgusting.
They threw it out the window. They threw it out the window?
That's a penis pump.
They threw it out the window.
It's not a screw.
What the?
It's not a screw.
I would find it intrusive if you took the trash out of my house.
Anna's nice to people, but if you cross her line, she's gonna cut you, bitch. She's
That
gonna cut you.
was rude. It's rude to be in there. It's rude to show it to the cameras. It's rude to throw it out the window. You're a dumb.
Don't come over to my house and throw my penis pump out the window while I'm getting my innards massaged.
So that tells you that in itself. But I'm glad that they both moved past it. Guy sometimes dresses like a dominatrix. That has nothing to do with anything. It's just something that I've noticed. Moving forward, Kim, my condolences to your father, to you about your father, if you ever see this, which I do not know why you would, but I think that I'm so glad that you are growing from it, and rather than letting it taint your heart as a human, I think you should just bang Kevin. I know he's not rich, but I'm sure if you make him start an OnlyFans, you guys can both be rich. Who knows? Moving on to Kelly. Kelly. You're being played, sis. You are being played. Any man, like, I can't imagine. And the thing about it is, Anna says it best when she said,
First, I thought it was a joke, because nobody can be that stupid.
and like, I can't imagine someone who knows that they are being recorded, who knows that they are on television, talking to their significant other the way they do when they are on camera.
You're way overreacting right now.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. What the freak else is happening? And like, yes, I know there's a lot of editing magic, there's a lot of tricks. I'm sure he's very lovely at anything. But for me, you got one time to raise your voice at me, and it's gonna end one of two ways. I'm leaving or I'm knocking you out. That's the only two options you have. Step into the ring. It's the only two options you have. And as petty as that may seem or whatever, and you want to, like, you know, you have great times in your relationship and maybe you just want, but like, sis, you are a whole vision, okay? You are beautiful. You are successful. You are rich. You have a good friend group. You have millions of people who are probably interested in you. And you chose the Red Power Ranger from the not even top 10 Power Rangers? Like, really? Not even the Red Samurai Ranger? Like, you chose that one? You didn't even choose the one from RPM? Because he was lit. And his fro was popping. But you chose that one? I barely even watched that one. I think I blinked through it too hard. And he wasn't even the hottest Ranger that year. I think it was the Black Ranger who was pretty hot that year. Like, I get it. I love Power Rangers. It's one of the first movies I had on VHS, but it's not worth it. And as Katya and Trixie said,
Break the up. Like, what the is wrong with you?
Does his shoot Lipton iced tea or something? Like,
half lemonade, half iced tea. Arnold Palmer.
Unless your shoots Arnold Palmer, I don't want to hear it.
You're young and rich and gorgeous. You have anybody you want. Bye.
And as Anna Shea said, once again,
There ain't no dick that good.
it genuinely scares me that someone, because if that's how he is on camera, can you imagine what he is when they're alone? That is what scares me for her. And like, she has been in a toxic relationship before, clearly, because she was being lied to in her first marriage, but now she's just jumping from that ship to this sinking ship. And like, again, I watched the Where Are They Now? They're back together, which is just worrying to me, but I wish the best of luck for you. I hope you learn your worth. And sis, I'm not mad that you didn't want to be with Kevin. I'm not saying Kevin was it. No offense to Kevin, but you have to know that there's so much more out there than like those two options, you know? Like, it really worries me in my heart that you are getting played by a Power Ranger, a mediocre Power Ranger at that. And I'm pretty sure he didn't do his own stunts. No offense. The body types were very different when he was in the suit. Okay, one of the last characters I want to talk about is Jaime, okay? Where were Jaime's scenes? She's literally my queen. I love her. I love everything she did on the show. She was funny. She was just ditzy enough to be like, oh, what a character, and not be like, oh, she should get checked out. Like, she was just ditzy enough. She was excellent. When the show first started, like when they were in that diner scene where it was Kevin, Jaime, Kelly, and Kane, I was like, oh, I think that Kevin and Jaime should be together because they're both extremely good looking. You know, that's a vibe. But as we got to know the characters more, I was like, great, she doesn't need to be with Kevin. No offense, Kevin's not terrible, but it's just like, you know, she doesn't need to be with someone who rides a longboard everywhere. Or a penny board everywhere. But I think that Jaime is she's my favorite character. She's absolutely my favorite character. I love the scene with her on the beach where she was like talking about choosing which bag to wear. She's just ditzy enough to be like a secret genius, like a Britney S. Pierce level genius.
People thought I went on vacation, but actually I spent the summer lost in the sewers.
It is excellent. She is stunning. She is stunning. She is funny. She is cool. She's calm. She doesn't like know what a penis pump is. She doesn't like engage in the drama of it all. Also, here's a montage of Jaime's Instagram, just because I did a video that's going to come out in April, and I talked about Instagram accounts that you should definitely follow, and she is one of them because she's just phenomenal on IG. Girl, Jaime, if you see this, hit me up because we need to talk about your YouTube. I feel like your YouTube could be so much more lucrative and amazing, but your backgrounds are kind of like and your talking points are not concise. Mine aren't either, but I feel like I'm a much better producer than I am talent. So if you want to expand on that, hit me up. My info is in the bio.
Keep going now.
She always looks fierce. She doesn't miss with the fits, with the looks, with the wardrobe, with the drama.
I'm good.
You're gonna bowl in this?
In heels, yeah. I can do everything in heels.
Love to see this.
Stop laughing.
Patience, I ain't got time. Just going through the motions. You tell me what I wanna hear, but never what you feeling.
It's in a different area of my closet, and I just forgot when I was like, it actually is.
I just wanna truly. I don't need forever. Yeah. I just need some clarity. Boys, dime a dozen. Now you stay man, now you bugging. Super Snoop, chill up on my coupe, that's my cousin. But if you got so much time, make a check. And if you got so much time, give me back.
And that's the last thing I do want to talk about. It is insane the things that these people go through. To the private jets, to the shopping montages, to the elaborate and affluent parties.
For a bag.
How much do you make? I think it was like $40-something thousand.
No way.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm not
what
even
the
kidding.
fuck? That won't even get you one look. To
Then we're
actually
playing
wear
for like
couture.
that's
One is 79,800.
This is perfect for hiking.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been on a jet before.
There's this company that likes to fly out wealthy Asians to go to Las Vegas to shop. Literally, like, shop until they drop.
They're expensive ponies. They
Like
cost more than
200,000 a pony, right? Is it
and
200?
more. And you have to fly them. Like one of the
You have to
horses.
fly
they fly.
ponies?
My horses fly Emirates.
So I invited Kelly and Shireen over to the house. The only problem is, I realized there's nothing for Shador to play with.
Oh, she's so cute.
However, seeing as I don't have a daughter, I thought it would be fun to play princess with my little friend.
Princess!
I love the fact that Shador loves diamonds and treasures. It's so cute.
You want to show mommy? Wait, Anna, are you putting more diamonds in her?
Treasures.
No, stop.
She found treasures.
Stop, Anna, stop.
It's just an insane thing from top to bottom. But one of the things that I find really beautiful about the show is that no matter how insane it got, it still relied on the friendship of this small group of people. That's where the show blossomed from. Yes, the visuals and the aesthetics were only elevated by all of the beauty they could shots they could take of their Chanel jewelry, or all of the luxury skylines they could hit from their mansions and their beautiful big houses and all of these things. But I really appreciate that no matter how annoying some of the characters are because they like to flaunt their money, they're all friends, and that's where it is at the end of the day. They are all there for each other. Like when Kane and Kevin came over to pray, to chant with Cherie about her mom at the very beginning.
Being a friend is more than just hanging out. You know, it's actually going that extra mile for them.
I never knew the true meaning of friendship.
It is the most rewarding thing, being part of something so special.
When Anna got Kevin clothes to wear, like, just because she wanted him to, like, be able to be presentable with Kelly, like, and Anna just constantly worrying about Kelly's like relationship with Andrew because he's garbage. Like, it's just beautiful and Kevin and Kim and their journey of finding their parents together. Like, and Kane and Cherie just being great friends across the board to everyone. I think that it is very beautiful. I think that it is very lovely. I think that there's just one scene I do want to talk about. Cherie, are you allowed to eat fish eggs when you're pregnant? Because it looked like you were eating caviar and I was worried at some point, but not gonna worry. Baby Javon looks healthy, so who cares? But yeah, it's at the root of it all, it's a friendship. It's a friend group, and it's very much Sex in the City, but elevated. It's a bunch of people who actually like each other, like, who actually love being around each other, who actually support each other. Like, even when even when Kim and Christine were talking about the father situation, how Kim's father passed away, and Christine, it urged Christine to start to maybe reach out to her dad. Like, there are people who are friends who look for the betterment in each other, and I really appreciate that. It's just that plus a lot of money, and sometimes a lot of money part makes them makes a lot of them annoying to a pathological degree, and really, like, be like, it kind of distracts a little bit from the friendship. But then you have those stripped away moments, like when they're at the bonfire for Kelly. That was a waste because she just went back to her garbage boyfriend.
Not today, devil. Not today. Kim, not today, Satan.
Circus, Afro circus, Afro circus, Afro polka dot, Afro.
Yeah, and those small moments that you really see the friendship shine through, and I think that that's why it's a beautiful show, and it's really interesting, and it's only enhanced by the visuals of the opulence that they have. So, I highly recommend you watch it, and as you know, for a Tipsy movie review, I recommend things based off drinks, and for this, I recommend, I would say, a whiskey neat. I don't know what kind of whiskey, whatever whiskey is your favorite, but a rich, triple, whatever, distilled old money whiskey, okay? Like, or a champagne. Just a beautiful champagne, you know, just, not a Moet. Moets are nasty. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I don't like the taste of Moet, but maybe a different sort of champagne that is in the triple or quadruple digits. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you all go watch Bling Empire if you haven't watched it yet. Don't worry, I will be back, so stay tuned. I might have to record some other videos that aren't Black History Month related because Netflix is trying me.